Hey Joe, is that a real background or is that
Oh yeah.
a
Oh
green
yeah.
screen? You got a throne?
Yeah. Got a
Damn.
phone. Got a couple of them.
Oh yeah.
Joe, let's
Got
hear
a
your
couple
story,
of 'em.
man. Let's hear your story for everybody. I mean, we got
Yeah, I don't think I've ever.
1,719 people watching.
Wow.
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 The, what the
That's
king and the
incredible.
castle is doing.
Cool.
Records.
Well, I've only been in crypto for celebrating my third month right now. So
Oh wow.
I actually I got into it because of COVID. I was isolated because of COVID. I had recently actually died in a car accident from an overdose, and I'm an alcoholic, and I was untreated alcoholic, and I ended up getting a brain injury a few months before going into COVID. So when that happened, it was particularly difficult, and I got into stock trading, and I was a Robin Hood trader, and tried to do the best that I could, but I was buying the tops and selling the bottoms, and I ran into my friend Paul, one of my good friends from childhood, and we went out golfing, and I had just purchased Chainlink and Ethereum the day before. This was August 15th. He asked me if I had ever heard of Richard Hart or Hex, and so I went home and I just figured that was a good sign to buy some Hex. So I bought $150 worth. I staked it out for 5,555 days, and on that was August 17th, my first stake. So I restarted researching Richard and watching all of his videos, and I fell in love with Hex and paying myself in the future. And I had just recently, because of my head injury, I was being treated from all these different medications, and I had actually become suicidal. So in the middle of August, I was tempted with taking my own life, and it was only a couple days later that I made my first stake. And I do the Hex Therapy show with Matty Allen, and I went over this a little bit there, and it was just Matty brought to my attention because he's a substance abuse counselor, a therapist, that not many people get to go from that low point to a place of normalcy that fast. And what did Hex have anything to do with that? And I attributed it to my family, my friends, and God, but it's also Hex. It was also Richard, in this community. I fell in love with the community. I spent a lot of time with watching Hexo and RG3 and all of you guys, Crypto Coffee for sure. So I fell in love with myself, in that time for the first time ever too. Thinking about the 5,555 day stake and, what that would look like. I have 2 daughters. I'm married. So my perspective on life changed, and it was really beneficial. I really wanted to stick around and see what would happen. So I took all the money that I could out of the stock market, the little bit that I had, and kept buying in whenever I could. And, I'm just very thankful to be a part of it, because my life is done a 180-degree turn. And so I really want to thank the Hex community, especially.
Wow.
Amazing story, bro.
Happy you're here with us.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Yep.
Glad you're with us, man.
That is
That's
awesome,
that's a
man.
great story.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I mean, I've done a lot of stuff for suicide prevention stuff for about 20 something years, and that's a big thing. I've had low points in my life the same sorts of way. It hasn't affected me in about 15 years, but I've lost a lot of people, unfortunately, that didn't have something to look forward to. So
Right.
that laddering idea and things like that, obviously community, being sense of belonging, sense of purpose. Once you young man, middle-aged man, older man, a sense of purpose is very important, and I think that the Hex community delivers that based on code and math as well. So it's great to have you here.
Yeah, thank you. I saw David Federer's story, and that really inspired me to also reach out to the community. And Maddie and I hit it off, and I wanted to contribute. My background's a little bit in marketing and degrees in recording arts and music business. So I'm trying to figure out now how I can spend my time, developing something that will help the Hex community, and also just I'm new with streaming altogether, so this is a great opportunity. I really want to thank everybody, and especially Richard. He's an incredible man. His videos, saved me at a time when I was at my lowest, and in finding Hex, I really felt like I had found something that was just starting out that I could become a part of. And to hear that man speak in great detail and length continuously with so much confidence, and to have everybody go up and try to, destroy his product and him, I really admire him, and he's really just he helped save my life. So I truly would not be here. I don't believe if it wasn't for God, for my family, my friends, the Hex community, and what a product it is. You know, I'm very thankful for Big Payday. That was an amazing gift. So, you know, thank you.
Yeah, man. Great story.
Nice. Great story.
And
Thank you.
yeah, I've never really thought about time more so than with Hex, right? It really makes you think about the future. It got me excited, and I'm sure a lot of other people, if you're, you know, in a job that you don't necessarily love and you're just thinking, oh man, is this a dead end? Like, where do we go? Like, Hex is just so much fun. It's just awesome. It can really bring you out of that.
Yep.
You say you're
Hey,
new to
Joe-
streaming too, but you're killing it already with the top hat and the throne.
Thank you.
You need any help with the streaming? You can drop me a line anytime.
Yeah,
Awesome. Thank
me or
you.
RG3, dude. Like we
Thank
got,
you, Hexo.
we know how to like you know, at least get it started. So if you need to.
We can get
Absolutely.
ourselves into a lot of trouble.
I appreciate that, guys. Thank you, Crypto Coffee.
But you got one of the best backgrounds in Hex, I think.
Oh yeah.
I've always said practical backgrounds are better than CGI backgrounds.
Hey,
Sorry, RG3. Sorry, Hexo. but yeah, no, you're
For RG3, that's hard to recreate.
Yeah, these hex
but I
coins
will.
are real.
But I will.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Richard looks a lot like one of my best friends from growing up. So another reason I felt comfortable, you know, jumping into the project entirely like I did was he reminds me of exactly like him. And it was funny that I started watching his videos, and you know, this is my living room in my house that I'm in, and it's funny that we have the same taste in furniture. And when Maddie and I got on for our test run, I didn't even know that anybody was going to watch. I thought it was just Maddie and I trying to figure out Periscope and StreamYard, and all of a sudden, in the first little bit, the first comment was Richard, and Richard pointed out the throne, and it was surreal because that man helped me so much, and to have him be the first person to reach out, it was just really cool.
Absolutely.
It was awesome. And like Crypto Coffee said, I mean, like knowing about time, or like, you know, looking forward to the future, a lot of us get stuck in like what you said, like a dead end job, or like last year, dude, I was like, man, what am I gonna do? You know,
crypto was
I
at
got
all-time lows, and you're like, was this
Yeah.
it? Is this all?
yeah. And I was just getting burnt out of crypto in general. It was so boring. It was just like, oh, trade, hey, trade, here, trade all of your Bitcoin away, Ethereum. And you ultimately knew that you were probably going to lose. Maybe you got to, you know, maybe you get to catch the next bull run, but are you going to have enough liquidity by that time to even to make huge gains like you did last time? And so it's like, I think that you know, having that much, or having something to look forward to for the rest, you know, for 15 more years. You know, I have monthly stakes coming out for the next 15 years, and it's like, dude, like that in itself is like, yeah, I'm going to be looking forward to every month having a stake come out, or every couple of weeks or whatever. And you know, it'll keep me interested with the community as well. It's not just like, oh, I got to trade and see how much you know, I can lose for this week or whatever. It's a lot more fun than that. There's so many more stats and stuff like that. So, but Joe, thanks for telling that story, man. That was
Yeah, absolutely.
super inspiring.
Thank
Your
you.
throne might even be better than Richard's. That's what the chat says. They think you're.
Wow.
I
I don't know.
Bold statement.
That is a baller throne, man.
Dude, that's fine.
But does Joe have a fancy pillow? I mean, you know, because
I don't know.
Yeah, you got a
That's great.
Versace pillow.
I do have two of the thrones, so if Richard wants one, he can have one.
he has two of those thrones actually. Right,
He's got
right
extra
next to each other.
storage.
Julia has one, but she sat on one.
I love it.
You see, they have a throne off.
Yeah, you know, I took all the money that I had. I started with $150, and then I was watching Richard's video, and he goes, you know, how long are you going to continue to trade and lose money? He goes, you know, I had already believed in the product. I already saw the interest that I was accruing, and I was really interested. And he's like, you know, just put your money into Hex and have confidence. And it was amazing that was kind of like the hook and line and sinker for me. That's what I needed to hear. I needed to trust somebody that, you know, I have weak hands, and what happened over the past few days, like there is no possible way if my Hex wasn't staked that I wouldn't have gotten scared and sold at the bottom, you know? So it's an incredible product. It was emotional to go through, you know, looking at those gains for for so long, thinking I was going to get a 3X, and the fat kid in me is getting all excited, thinking that I'm going to, this is going to have this huge, big payday. And the first feeling was fear, and I was bewildered by what happened. And then I'm thankful again for the community, for all of us being there and ironing out what happened, and for Richard coming on and explaining. And it's an incredible place, and I can't stop saying it enough. I really appreciate it, and want to thank everybody. This is an incredible opportunity to be a part of, and it's going to be a great ride going forward.